All right, three, two, one. Hey everyone, Harry Welchel here. Today I have Elias Martinez Bradshaw with me. We're going to be talking about how Elias brought on his first 3 clients, did about 6,000 in sales, helping men with their dating life. So real quick, Elias, why don't I turn it over to you? Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do?
So I'm a guy from Barcelona, and I love this dating world, and I started getting into it and really interested. So I've been coaching people offline, and then I said to myself, why don't I take the step and move to online and expand and teach everyone all the good stuff I know, and help as many people as possible. And obviously these days you can have a major impact through internet. So it's where I'm at right now. I was blessed to find your program, find you. We connected, great guy, and I went, okay, so let's do this. And here I am right now, proud and happy.
That's awesome, man. Well, Elias, let me ask you this. Let's talk more about you and what you do. So what makes you in particular unique when it comes to helping men with their dating life?
Right. So there's a lot of content out there about pickup skills and dating skills. So I like to see myself as a guy that treats dating and the relationship of men with women as a whole, as from spirit to the physical side, not only tricks and tips here and there to convince a woman to be with you. Because down the line, obviously, with time, I've learned that women will test you, or whoever it is, and you will get tested, and there will be a reaction in the relationship. So obviously, you need to work from inside to the outside. So work a lot on your mindset, a lot on becoming a better man in all aspects, and then from there, grow and date women. Also, I like to see women as my teachers, or whoever's I'm coaching teacher, because they will put you in your place. They will make you be accountable with yourself, and you will get a direct response. This is like direct response marketing. Well, it's the same. So if you aren't really being genuine, you will get tested, and they will point it out, and you will learn the hard way. So I like to see myself as someone that just unifies the outer game with the inner game, and from there create better men and better relationships, whatever that is for you. If you want you or them, don't get me wrong, but if you want an open relationship, if you want more than one partner, if you want to play the field, if you want to find a soulmate, the one. Soulmate would be another debate, but yeah, you understand, like you want to find an amazing woman who you can spend the rest of your life with. That's great, whatever it is, because when you learn this material, the sky is the limit, right? The only thing you've got to overcome is your fears, your insecurities, and obviously learn strategies and skills where you have like female psychology and male attitude. So there you go. That's a little bit of the outline.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So let's go back to the beginning. What were you doing before working with me?
So I'm a guy that runs a family business in Spain. We bring children from schools in Spain, and they come to us and they do outdoor camps. And in Spain, the level of English is low. So people do want their children to go and learn. And we do outdoor camps all based in English. So we do like adventure parks, kayaking, any kind of games, beach games. We live in a very beautiful area here in the Costa Brava. And the kids come here and they do everything in English. So I hire staff from Ireland that come to us. It's a big business. My parents started that 30 years ago. And I was just, I became a therapist, a Gestalt therapist in Barcelona. parallel to this. And I've always been very interested in personal growth and development. I've done all kinds of things. And it's just people would come to me to ask for tricks and tips and advice about their relationship. So I just decided to take it more serious, parallel from the family business, which I love because I get to work with people outdoors and children. And that's it. I just went further and further and further, and it brought me to where I am right now. But
well, let me ask you this: like, so you were working in the family business, you had that going on. Had you been trying to make a business online work for a while? Like, had that been something you've been doing as well?
Yes, for a long while.
Can you speak a little bit to that, just at a high level, if you'd like?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm happy you asked that because it hits a pain point, right? You have an idea, and you're gonna come online, and you think. Obviously, I had no idea about the online world. I was a people person, very outgoing, very active. And it was very hard for me to sit down in front of a computer for more than 30 minutes. I would check my emails, basic stuff, and off I went, okay? So I said, okay, I'm going to do a business online, and I'm going to coach guys, okay? And when I came online, not only I saw that there was crickets, the sound of crickets, because there's nothing there. You have a great idea, you have a great product, but there's nothing there. You need to start learning how to get clients. And I was stuck there for a year and a half, just learning everything. And it's a process. I understand. I embrace the process and the universe, whatever it is. But part of the process is taking risks and investing. And
try to think back to that time and like what, if you remember back to it, it's almost hard to remember sometimes. So like, what were some of the things that you were trying to do to get clients? What job were you trying to tackle? How were you going about it specifically?
So I started, I've done all sorts. Like I've paid ads before doing organic outreach.
So you were running ads? You were running ads?
I was running ads. I didn't know my craft. So I was wasting my money there. I also tried to do affiliate marketing because when I was learning how to sell, the marketers would sell me their products. So they'd be like, my stuff is the good stuff, like, what are you going to sell if you don't have anything set up, So I'm like, all right. So I started doing affiliate marketing, for a long while. And I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't, obviously. Well, then since I became a therapist, I decided to help people with addictions. I wasn't enjoying that either.
Did you ever try to build a course or anything like that? Or were you just doing coaching?
No, I was just doing coaching.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember right now. It's what you say. It's hard to remember, but
it sounds like you were trying a lot of different things, like kind of throwing different things at the wall to see what sticks.
Exactly. Very much into mindset, Bob Proctor stuff. I was in with one of Bob Proctor's top consultants. I became one of his affiliates. So I based a lot of my material and the structure of the program in Bob Proctor's material and his program and his structure. So kind of like had a map with that. But it wasn't until I came across you that I literally, everything became clear. You were hands-on. Trust was there. Strategy was there. We made out a plan, and then staying accountable, and basically from 0 to $6,000, it's thanks to being in your program.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely talk about that some more. One thing I'm curious about, like thinking back to that first year and a half in this online business journey, like think back to it. Like, what do you feel like during that time you were making progress? Like you were moving forward, or were you kind of like, now in hindsight looking back, were you just kind of staying in the same place, like treading water, or was there a lot of progress or growth happening then?
Yeah, I believe in the laws a lot and the universe. So I I know the curve of progress in business. So, it seems like you're not moving, but there is things that are moving in the background. So I wouldn't know what to answer to that question, because you're always doing something. Your stuff is going into your brain, but the results aren't there, if that is what you mean. I didn't
Do you feel
have
like
any clients.
it was like, do you feel like you're making progress like with mindset and maybe some of that inner work you were talking about, things like that during that time?
Definitely. That is, for me, the biggest revelation in online business is getting your mind to overcome your insecurities and your fears and your doubts every day, because it's you against you. So if you're working in a team or in a family business, you know what's happening because other people are there with you, and you're accountable, and you go from point A to point B because it's physical action, and clients coming and they're leaving and whatever. But when it's you trying to push, this huge train that's not moving until it doesn't gain any traction, it's hard. Yeah, mindset is everything. Morning discipline, morning routine, affirmations, meditation, just, working out, everything.
So with that, were you, did you feel a strong sense of kind of like grit and determination through that period? Like kind of what kept you going? Was it like that? Did you just have strong grit that you were like going to figure this out through that period?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if my dad's from the Basque Country, which is a region in Spain. They say they're very stubborn. So I think I kind of have that in me. And
that's something that's interesting you bring that up, because like for me, I always try to think about like, when does grit fall into stubbornness, right? When does grit become like, go from like a benefit to like something that's hurting you, Did you ever feel like you're like, all right, I'm trying too long on my own, or like this isn't working? Like, how do you know what I mean?
Yes. I've been me. I consider myself a very manly person, and I can admit and confess that a couple of times I've gotten angry at the computer and nearly dropped a tear, of like, oh my God, when is this going to happen? How? And the how, and you just got to embrace the process and just keep going and believe in yourself and pushing, and many other obstacles come out as well. I had a girlfriend. I decided to break up with a girlfriend for this purpose, for having my mind clear to be able to dedicate to my work. I've had to draw lines and limits with loads of people influencing my life in toxic ways to keep my sanity, my mind clear and be able to focus. And I'm still dealing with a lot of those issues, because this isn't for weak people. Business in general, I knew, but I'm a pure testosterone guy, like, just let's go forward, let's push this. And that's business anyway, no? Construction business, whatever, up and down the place, energy all over the place. But when it comes to you against you with the computer, and having the patience and talking to people and connecting with people, and literally transferring the mindset of I've got to sell to I've got to serve. That was a huge thing for me, because if you are like thinking money, it's not good, and it's hard to leave that at a side and focus on people when really what you're desiring is to be successful in that aspect. But it's not really, because then you see you're dealing with people's lives. So serving is what I love to do, but obviously you want to feel successful. So it's I don't know. Yes. Between them, they're like, arguing.
So were there any other, this is great. Was there any other like frustrations you were feeling, before we started working together? Try to think back to that. What else were you feeling at the time?
A truckload. I look back and I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think. Look, deep inside, I must have, because I haven't stopped. So, I didn't care anymore what the result was going to be. I just knew I was going to stick to it, and whatever happened, it's like jumping from a bungee. It's like, okay, let's go and that's it. But yeah, deep inside you doubt yourself. Like I was doubting myself, frustrated. When I connected with you, I was frustrated. I changed niche 2 times. I changed niche online, not in my life. I've always been helping people with the dating. But you know what I mean? Like, because you're just so frustrated, you just don't know what way to go anymore. You're like, I really want to build something where I can help people, and I want to, do it online. And I was feeling frustrated. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, like, going back, like, where did you first hear about me? Do you remember?
Really, you started helping me out. We met in another group, and I just saw this guy around, Harry Weltel everywhere. Like, who's this guy? And then I just clicked on your profile, and I'm like, ooh, I saw the testimonials. And then I saw your webinar. I went through your webinar 3 times, and it really resonated. And I'm like, I wasn't getting full value in many aspects with other programs I had. And I just really wanted to do this. So I decided to contact you.
Okay, cool. And yeah, like, was there, of all those things, like, what especially piqued your interest? Was it the webinar, or me being so available and supportive, like helping people? Like, what was it that piqued your interest, really?
Professional. In one word, I just found you very professional, very tidy, very neat, very clear. You could see the hard work behind the material, because I had an idea then of how much hard work this is. And I'm like, boo, this guy is like actually putting the work in, and it has people there. Obviously, very helpful from the start. And on my side, I admit I was very anxious to get into it, and anxious because I'd been burnt with other programs. That's a major
I remember that
thing.
actually. I remember we talked a lot about being burnt. That was something that was a theme when we first connected.
Yes. I'd been burnt, and my trust levels were on the floor. So you literally gave me your hand and said, man, I'm going to be there for you. I'm very supportive. I'm very active. You gave me a great deal, and I just jumped on the wagon.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, let's actually talk about some of the stuff we did together. I know we've done a ton of things, but maybe can you speak to I don't know, like 2 or 3 takeaways or things that have been really helpful to you in getting this first 3 clients and the $6,000 so far?
Okay. Perfect. So, yeah, one of the first things would be you started giving me the mindset of having critical thinking with my goals, and talking to the clients, not getting emotionally involved or dragged, because we're working with people and it can be very overwhelming sometimes. So that was one of the things, and still is, of let's focus on what we're doing and let's solve the problem.
Focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, solve one thing at a time, and not get so emotionally involved. This is if you want to help a lot of people, you got to keep your emotions balanced, right? And it's a mixture between giving them the results and being there for them and understanding them. So
it sounds like you were working, you've had a tendency to kind of get emotionally involved with clients or prospects, and maybe lose yourself in the relationship too much.
Yeah.
And then you get probably psyched out if they say no or they don't advance or things like that.
Yes, yes, exactly. Because I consider myself a good guy, and I want people to get the results. But I have to understand that I can offer you my help up to the point where you allow me to. And yeah, I'm a pretty emotional guy. I mean, that sounds cheesy, but you know what I mean. I'm very passionate about things.
Yeah, you care.
Yeah,
you're earnest.
Yeah. And that was something as well. Still working on it, becoming better at what I do and more professional, you know. So I do have the care and I do have the passion for what I do, but I've got to keep my life balanced, and super important, and I'm learning that. Okay, let's go into technical things like, for example, learning how to build relationships with prospects online, and learning that the online world is a huge world, and a lot of people, you know, they have their own lives going on. Like, you're nobody to them, and they do maybe have a desire or an idea of a result they want, but they just have the idea. They're not realizing that you can provide them that outcome or whatever. So they're living their own little life. So getting people to trust you with what they want, that's a huge thing as well, like building relationships. And what I said before, transitioning from I've got to sell to, you know, how can I help this guy? You know, when I've always been like that. I used to work in clinics as a therapist, but then when you've been on the online journey for so long, you just get frustrated and you want to get results. That's all. But it's not that you don't want to help. Then you got to start thinking of helping again, you know, because you've been thinking about getting results with money. So that's another thing. And then the thing of like not closing the client in one call. So having more than one call.
That's been helpful.
Well, that's super helpful. That was a game changer for me. Then also, I've seen that you've given me a truckload of value, but then I have to be myself. And there was a call, I remember one specific call where you opened in that way to me and you said, Elias, I am giving you the tools. So get those tools and use them your way. Because I was always like, Harry, can I say this? Harry, can I do that? Harry. And you were always there. But at the end, you don't know my niche. You're not, you know what I mean? So you were like...
I remember this. So like just to bring my own flavor on what you're saying, it's like there was a time where you were trying to run like almost every little decision past me. Because you were like, you were like, I'm going to trust Harry and trust what he says. And at some point I was like, you need to basically take these tools and like make more of these decisions yourself, and trust yourself more. And that kind of like, I think dovetails into that critical thinking as well that you talked about earlier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was doing that before as well. So I got rid of that, working with you, and just said, okay, I'm going to do it my way. But I obviously through Harry's method, strategy.
And I mean, like with that, like not everything we've done, like it's not just been, you know, success to success. Like there's always roadblocks and hurdles and things like that. Do you mind sharing a bit about like, you know, how we were going after people in the weightlifting area and you changed that, like, and how that affected things?
We agreed that I was going to help personal trainers with their dating and sex life. And
we were testing that first.
And testing it first, yeah.
Yeah, we were just testing it.
Okay, well, we're just testing it. But for me, because my mindset was so like, what did you say? This, okay, this, you know, so I did that, you know. So I thought it was actually what I was doing. Then you need to loosen up and see that you're working with me. We are making the figure, you know, we're changing.
Iterating, experimenting.
Yeah, experimenting. So you said to me, I said to you, Harry, it's not working. And you're like, why is it not working? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not happy with it. So then I just started targeting people on the Facebook profile. And I would just go into the profile, suss them out, and, you know, engage with them if I thought they were good prospects. So I just got out of the plan completely. You
got out of your own way, and you just started helping other people and getting leads elsewhere as well.
There weren't any more like fitness people. But I have to say that my first client was in a fitness and bodybuilding. Yeah. Yes, hey. And I think my second one as well.
Hey, maybe there's something to it. We're laughing about it, but I think so. What I thought was interesting is that I think that you were so like thought that you had to do the weightlifting and personal trainers, and that was getting in your way of learning qualitatively how to do the lead generation. But then once you gave yourself permission and freedom to not do that, you started talking to other people and you got better at the actual activities and stuff because that wasn't bothering you. And so you may find now, like if you went back to it, you might actually be able to make it work.
Exactly. It's all awareness. It's all growing the awareness on how to do things. And it's like a language you have inside, you know, it's like you're so fearful at the start and you're so innocent. And then you start learning and just getting better at it. And then you're like, oh, I'll go and try that thing again that I stopped doing. And then jump on a call with you, ask you and whatever.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about that first client you brought on. What was it like to bring them on? What did it feel like?
It felt like it was the best feeling I've ever had in my life. I think so. Yeah, something like that. Because I'd never set up anything like this high ticket course, and going through such a tough process of mindset and everything, and actually seeing the first result, paid, full, first time, all that, you know, just seeing your value. Yeah. You can't like believe it at the start.
Did you do anything to celebrate? Like go for like step away from the computer, go for a walk, like tell your family or anything? Or
It's funny how you say that. That's because us entrepreneurs, you see celebrating like going for a walk, because we know we are so, you know, 5 years ago I would have said like I went and get drunk down at the bar, you know, but now it's like, oh, you went? No, I went for a kebab.
A kebab, yeah, that's awesome.
Because I'm dieting, I'm working out, I'm on the computer, so I'm really disciplined. So I went like, yeah, I'm going for a kebab.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really love the feeling.
And then what about when you got the second client? Did you feel like you were onto something at that point?
Yes. Then I was like, ooh, yeah, I did. I did split pay with him. I learned also, I was putting my judgment in the way. And I thought the guy maybe didn't have the amount of money that I would ask for. Hello?
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, the amount of money that I would ask for, and it was all in my head. He had more than that. But anyways, I did split pay. And I don't know why the third client is the one that just, boom, it boosted me. I was shouting in the house. Like, I was like, yes, yes, because I consider that if I have 3 clients, it's like you have a business, it's officially, it's on, it's on. Now you're on to something real big. Like the first one can be luck. The second can be as well, I don't know, but the third one, it's like, okay, this is like a pattern.
Once you're getting to 3 to 5, it's like you're doing something predictable. Like you can keep doing this if you want to.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. That's so exciting. So what other areas of your business or life have improved since we were working together?
Sometimes I still have this mindset of like not extending too much on my explanations, because I always think there's someone else on the call after me, but because I've been on so many coaching calls, but right. So basically self-confidence, trust, discipline, critical thinking, being analytical, controlling my emotions, being tidy, consistency, learning how to respect communities and rules and stick to them. Where like if somebody's trying to help you, don't take things the wrong way when they're trying to help you. Just suck it up. There's something wrong in you that isn't allowing that to help you, and fix your mindset for that to happen. Because if you're trusting someone, trust them. So if I'm trusting you, coaching me, just trust you. Sometimes I would get mad at you. I'd be like, oh, why didn't he answer me this? Or wouldn't he just tell me the answer? Or why wouldn't he? So I see you're trying to educate me and my mindset as a businessman. Um, what else? Sales, marketing and sales. Just that, for me, it's been like the biggest revelation in the last 2 years. I didn't even know what it was. I thought a salesman was mean, bad, like they're trying to sell me. And it's no, I'm trying to break your barriers that are stopping you from getting to where you want, offering you my service in exchange for money. But a lot of concepts, a lot of ways of thinking that I had, limiting beliefs, breaking my limiting beliefs, my fears, not worrying about what other people say, and just push forward with what you want in life. If you want to set up a business and people are jealous or people are going to judge you, it's going to happen. You can't stop it, and just unstick yourself from that, bring yourself apart and just focus. It's going to make you grow a ton. Building a business online is going to make you grow a lot, because it's a huge reward when you're able to impact people's lives, and you fought to get to where you are, like I am now, and enjoy it and look forward to building more, to doing more. But for me, at the end, business is 80%, 80-20, right? The 80-20 rule. It's 80% mindset, 20% just labor, like put in the work, obviously. Dreams don't work if you don't, So, and I believe a lot in laws of the universe and the law of cause and effect. If you're showing up and you're putting in the hours and you're focusing on something, you will figure it out. Sooner or later, but you will figure it out. So for me, it was a lot about mindset. The strategies, tricks and tips, physical things you learn, and it's very important. I've learned them with you. But if you're not confident on a sales call, you're not going to do it. And if you haven't had getting rejected, that's a huge thing. Getting rejection in the dating world, rejection with the business. So if you can't handle getting rejected in Messenger, on calls, you're not going to be able to push forward. So for me, the community that I've been in with you, super supportive and always there to help you celebrate and help you fix the problems. And you just don't know. There's so many things where you wake up one day, you think you've got it figured out, and then you start the computer and something happens and you're like, oh my God, the computer gremlins, they call them, right? The gremlins, or it's not only with the computer, it's with internet, or it's a journey.
Sure. That's awesome, man. Well, let me ask you this. Let's go back to like our sales conversation. Do you remember, like, why did you decide to do business with me?
Right. Because I'm crazy. No, trust. I trusted you. You showed me trust, and I took it. And as well, if I had to have figured it out on my own, it would have taken me another 2 years. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Do you remember that we had I think an intro call, and on that call, like, I could tell that you were burnt, or you were frustrated, you were at the end of your rope, and I was like, I don't want to do a sales call with you right now. Can you tell people more about our conversation and like what we did instead and how that evolved?
Do you want me to say that you redirected me to some of your clients?
I invited you to basically speak to some of my clients before we did a sales call.
Yes. So they spoke the world about you. They were like, I'm going to tell the truth. We're all up to here with spending money with coaches. But if you really want it, you've got to be able to do it, And as you say, I don't have your English, but the end of the rope is perfect. I was like, that's it. That's it. I'm not going any further. This is it. And I actually remember saying to you, Harry, you are the last stop. That's it. I'm not getting any more programs. I spent a truckload of money in programs and no results. And so Dorit got on the call with me. She was amazing, telling me she was killing it. And what's his name that flips houses?
Victor,
amazing dude. He was always there, and he still is. We always support each other. And he said, look, man, I got burnt. Also, I was up to here with paying courses. Actually said to me, a guy ghosted him before. That's horrible. And he said, Harry is the real deal, man. Like, if Harry is a smart guy, still doubting that, but no. Harry is and he take care of you. Like they said, Harry will take care of you. He's a good guy. He's always there, and it's true, man. Better ways, worse ways. In my, when I'm putting in the work, and sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna ask Harry this. So it's tough love sometimes, but you've always. They were right, and that's what you did. So you had the confidence, you had the trust in your clients that they were getting the results to be able to give me good feedback. And no one had ever done that for me. No one had ever taken a call with me online without selling me. No one had wanted to put in the time and effort for me to trust them, and like sharing with those clients that you have. And then really drawing out a precise plan for me, personalized plan for me, and then following through on your word and what you said you would do. And yeah.
That's awesome. So what in particular kicked you over the fence? Do you remember, was there anything that kicked you over the fence? Was it that or something on our sales call?
Well, I repeat, your style, I just thought you're a guy that knows what he's doing. And then my burning desire to be successful. So I just had a sense that's why I work with intuition a lot. So when you were helping in groups, your strategy is helping in groups, and I clicked on your profile, I just got a sense, I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing. And I trusted you.
Was having those calls with clients, did that kick you over the fence? Or was it just the fact that I would invite you to do that made you think, oh, this guy must have a lot of confidence that he can help me? And
both. So you needed to have the confidence, and then what the clients said to me. And very, very lovely quality people, I mean, they're lovely, nice people. So it's like, dude, if they're in there, these are nice guys, and you really want this, fuck it, let's do it,
So would you recommend others work with me?
For sure. I think I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Harry. Whatever it is, and I know you would have pushed further if I wasn't here for me to get the results. Am I wrong?
No, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's true.
You just have that. You gave me extra calls. You gave me extra. You've given me, and I know that when I made the sale, you were genuinely happy for me.
I was excited for you.
You really want your students to succeed, and you can see that, and you put in the freaking work every day, and I can see that. And you take care of us. It's a great community, and I'm even getting emotional because I remember the call. You can't believe it. You're like, oh, what's this guy? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm working my ass off here, and and it's actually happened, man. I can't believe I'm on a call with you, and I've sold 3 clients. It's like a dream come true. And I said it to you. I said, well, you remember what I said to you. Harry, if you help me to get to where I want to go, I said something, but I'm not going to say it.
Not for polite conversation.
Yeah.
People can fill in the blanks.
Yeah. So I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true, man.
That's awesome. So
I actually have a business, man. I would have never. I did. Deep inside, I knew, but I didn't know how or when. So it's good.
Well, who do you think we're in particular a good fit for?
You?
Yeah, who am I a good fit to work with?
Your program? For anyone that has a burning desire to succeed online and really is going to cut out the bullshit and put it in the work. And if he's going to do that, you're going to be there for him 150% and teach him how this works and how to do it. And if they don't want it, they might as well not mess around anymore. But if you want it, anyone can achieve whatever they want, and I believe it. The only thing, sometimes you need the guidance, and you're that guy, definitely.
Awesome. Well, why should someone listening take action right now?
Because when is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. So when are you going to do it? You know, if you really want this, if you really want to be successful online, do it. There's no other reason to not do it. I don't understand that. If I want something, I go and get it, and I don't care. So that is what's brought me to where I am. Why should somebody take action? Because they're going to succeed. They're going to succeed. Everybody is succeeding in your program.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, you're right. Like, that's a great idea. Like, if you want to do something, a meaningful project like this, it takes time to grow, right? So planting that seed earlier is better. And it's like, if you wait, all you're doing is pushing off. It's like there's a massive, I call it like an opportunity cost. There's a massive opportunity cost of delaying. Because who knows, if you had delayed working with me, and let's say you kept going and tried another month by yourself, like, you might not be here right now. You might have gone and gotten a job, or that's like your life would have maybe taken a totally different turn. Do you know what I mean?
When you're going serious with something, your emotions fluctuate, you know? So God knows what I would have thought in a week's time. But I knew I wanted it, and I knew I needed the guidance because I couldn't figure it out on my own. You know, I mean, there's guys that go to the moon. You can figure out whatever you want. But how long is it going to take you? You know, if I could exchange time for money, I would take time every time. Every time. Time first. Money is money. I mean, we all know that money is important, but you know what I mean. The opportunity I have now of growing from where I'm at, and we are still there. Like, we have a call on Thursday, you know, so it's still happening. It's still there. The program is still going. I'm still growing, and look where I'm at. There's so much more to come in 2021. Why would someone want to postpone this feeling of actually have made it? And you're going to get the return on investment for sure. There's no other way. I mean, if you go to open a store or you go to open a restaurant, how much money are you going to put into that? You know, a lot of people, I think maybe, well, you're probably going to work with people that are already trying online, but a good comparison I like to do is we're used to old-fashioned businesses where you see the room, you see what you've built, you see the building, you see the house if you're building houses, but online, it's the computer. Until you don't start the computer, there's nothing there, right? And people underestimate that. And it takes a lot of time to get to do it. So I would take action always, right now. If you have it clear, follow your intuition, and you have a burning desire to be successful, jump in head first and do it, and you'll get it. And you, Harry, you've changed my life, man. So I wouldn't recommend anyone else.
Thank you, man.
I've come from multi-billionaire. I don't know if you're one. I've never asked you your revenue, but billionaires platforms of guys that are going to help you. I never got the results, so I wouldn't trust anyone else. And also, I think the availability there is to you in the next year and a half is amazing, and you're always one-on-one, very close. But if people don't hurry up, you're like one of those things that's just gonna scale so much, and you'll be building a team, and it's different then. So I have the pride to say that I was one of the guys you coached when you were still one-on-one, very hands-on and everything. You know what I mean? Because the direction you're going is big.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, what is your number one piece of advice for other coaches and consultants right now?
As in with your program or in general?
In general, yeah, in general.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, push yourself, and sit down, write down what you want, make a firm decision. Do you really want that? And if you really want it, there is no reason to not go ahead and take any action that you need to get where you want to go. There is no reason. Doesn't matter. You need a loan, ask for a loan. You need money from your mother, ask money from your mother. You need to stay at home for a year, but the reward is amazing. The opportunity of building something by yourself and being able to impact other people's lives and make money, it's, yes, very good.
Very exciting, man. That's awesome. Well, this has been so great. Like, tell me this, Elias, like what's on deck for you? What are your plans for the next few months?
As in revenue or just
any
in general?
Interpret it as you will. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting to 10K a month right now, and just continue bringing value to these men that really want it, getting them those dates, getting them those girls, that transformation they want, impacting loads of people. Really, really enjoying the effort that I've put in and that I'm putting in every day to live a better life.
So you've got like the pieces now. It's just a matter of executing more to get to 10K a month or executing consistently.
Yes, I mean, we will sure have to talk about a lot of things and iterate and experiment more. But yeah, the car is running, you know, so it's going, you know, ahead.
Well, I'm so excited for you, man. I'm so glad that we got to do this interview. Really, really can't be happier for you. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you do in the next couple of months. Maybe we'll do another interview at 10K or 20K or something like that. Are you there?
Yeah, it cut off for a bit there.
Sorry about that. Well, my last question for you, Elias, is if people want to learn more about you, where can they go to find more about you online?
Well, at the moment, I'm based on my Facebook profile. I'm just working one-on-one coaching with my organic outreach and see where I go from there. So it's Elias Martinez Bradshaw, Facebook profile. And what else do I have around? Oh, I'm growing a community myself, and it's Lions Mindset. It's a Facebook group. But I'm very focused on my profile, so I'm only testing some things. So see you in Facebook.
All right. Thanks so much, Elias. We'll talk soon.
Thanks. No problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye.